are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray.
Man, go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Now, I'm going to tell you something now. You going to have to do something. You going to have to get off that Call of Duty. You got to take your big ass down at that recruiting station. You got to have to run them 2 miles. All right? Oh, but it might even be 3 miles. You want to go, you hardcore, man. So you might want to go to the Marines, man. You know, they do pull-ups and all that old good shit. You got to do some serious working out, buddy. And that is before you even put that uniform on. You're going to have to get it in. Get it. Woo! And after you get it in, they're going to give you that M4. You're going to take your ass across that water. Yeah. You sure you ready for that? You get shot at and blown up? Ready to go pick up body parts of your homeboy that you was in basic training with? Yeah. You ready to do that? Or pick up body parts of your one of your battle buddies? You sure you ready to do that? Yeah. And are you sure you ready to point that weapon towards one of the bad guys and shoot at them as they shoot at you? Yeah, man. Go ahead and get it. And then the thing about it is, you gonna have to support and defend the Constitution. Now, I saw you got that Trump 2028 on your page now. I'm telling you now, hey, now that's, some things ain't lining up. Well, hey, whatever the case is, you go for it, man. Better you than me. And I'm telling you now, when you get done with all that, because I'm telling you, I don't think them boys, it was 9-month deployments, 12-month deployments, but I got a feeling these boys got something special for you. Because y'all ain't got the same leadership that we had when I was in Iraq. So I got a feeling y'all might be fucking around and do about 15 months. Ooh. Yeah, Iran is about 3-4 times the size of Iraq. Get it. And then when you come back, man, good luck dealing with that PTSD, boss. You're going to be having them nightmares. You're going to be seeing them peoples in your dreams. Man, good luck dealing with all that shit. But hey, man, you got it. You look like you ready, man. You swinging that axe like you big, bad, tough guy, huh? Shit, man, shit. Hey, more power to you. And like I said, better you than me.
Well, of course you're ready for war with Iran. I mean, what else would you be doing with an axe? You ain't ready for a disagreement, man. What else you got? Like a jousting stick? You got a spear or something around there? Like, you ain't ready for war with the Visigoths, man. Why don't you just go down to the recruiting center? If you went down there, they would willingly give you, well, all the time you needed to lose about 125 pounds. But if you came back after that...
Hi guys, my name is Mirabelle and you are welcome to my channel. Listen. I'm not even going to lie, this video right here? It's one of those where you don't know whether to laugh or just sit back and be like, wow, that was actually kinda harsh. Because we've all seen this type of situation before. Somebody is going through something, maybe struggling, maybe trying to explain their situation, and then somebody else comes in with that real talk energy. Not soft. Not gentle. Just straight to the point. And sometimes that real talk hits, and sometimes it just sounds like a roast. And this video right here? Yeah, it's sitting right in the middle of both. Let's watch what people are saying. Now from the very beginning, you can already tell what type of time he's on. That whole, oh, this is God's plan? Yeah, that wasn't him asking a question. That was sarcasm. That was him basically saying, we're not about to use that excuse today. And listen, that alone is already a sensitive topic. Because when people say it's God's plan, sometimes they're coping. Sometimes they're trying to make sense of a bad situation. But to him? That sounded like an excuse. So what does he do? He flips it immediately. He goes with okay, if that's the case, why not do something about it? And then boom, he starts listing options like he's at a job fair. Army is hiring. Marines are hiring. Air Force is hiring. And on paper? He's not wrong. Those are real opportunities. People build entire lives off that path. Structure, income, benefits, discipline, all of that comes with it. But again, it's not just what he said. It's how he said it. Because the delivery? Oh, the delivery was something else. When he starts talking about running 2 miles, push-ups, sit-ups, and then casually throws in that line about not needing to carry an axe. Yeah, that wasn't advice anymore. That was a jab. That's the kind of comment where you can tell, he's not just trying to help, he's trying to make a point. And maybe even embarrass a little bit. And then he keeps repeating, "Good luck, buddy." Now listen, we all know that tone. That's not encouragement. That's the kind of good luck where it really means you're on your own. And this is where the conversation splits into 2 sides. You've got one group of people watching this like, finally. Somebody said it. Stop complaining, get up, and go do something with your life.
The branch is a service because you have to support and defend that very same Constitution. So, thanks.
You know, for a group of people who say they voted for Trump because he's not going to start any new wars, but you felt like Kamala Harris was going to start a new war, is just poetic at this point. Because first off, the war that he started is illegal. He did not get Congress's approval. And secondly, he once again did not keep a campaign promise. Not that I'm surprised, because he's never kept a campaign promise, but this is cute. So you go fight in that illegal war, big boy. Good luck.
This is my lane.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Sorry, you can't. I mean, you could try. We're not going to stop you from trying. You could try all you want, but I don't really think you're going to get very far. See, I'm not going to lie. The initial reason why I said no is because you would have to join the military to do that. And in order to join the military and stay in the military successfully, you have to do what we call in the military PT test. And you don't really look like you could pass a PT test, my friend. But you see, you could still be a big guy and be in shape. You know what I mean? Like, you could still be a big guy and be athletic and still be able to pass a PT test. So I was gonna leave this alone. But you see, upon further review of your account, I discovered something, and there's another reason why you're not gonna be able to do that. Kevin Washington. That's you, right? Kevin Washington? See, upon further review of your account, I discovered something. Ex-con. Yeah, ex-con. So that's kind of gonna stop you from enlisting in any branch whatsoever. So, again, I say, you can't.
I don't need to go into detail about like why that video is stupid, but I just want to kind of try and get on this guy's level for a minute, because maybe I can say something that might make somebody think otherwise about if they want to go and die in a desert. Years back, I went and visited my parents in Montana, and I've always been an athlete. You know, I've ran marathons and I've done CrossFit and this and that, and I thought I was in pretty good shape. Well, they took me on a hike. It was about 6-7 mile hike. Shouldn't be a big deal. And I'll tell you, we got out there, we started walking. Within the first mile, I was winded because it's a constant incline. The air is thinner, the higher you get, of course, and the terrain is uneven. And so I see videos like this guy. He's like, yeah, I'm big and strong, you know, and I just think, like, dude, you're on flat ground in like gym shorts and a t-shirt. Imagine like being in a full soldier's gear in like 110 degree temperatures, hiking up uneven terrain. You'll be thinking twice about going to fight in Iran. It's stupid any way you look at it.
This is what we.
How about this? When you can win the war with your cholesterol level, you can get back to it.
He must think Iran got a bunch of Denny's or something. When they say America has the biggest military, I promise you this is not what they mean. You don't need to be in Iran, sir. What the hell talking about? Like, if you can't Iran a treadmill, you can't go to Iran to represent America. Like, the hell going on? Like the clothes, how you gonna be camouflaged? They gonna think you a camo or something out there. And gas too expensive. If gas, like, to fly you over there gonna cost the whole budget. They gonna use the rest of the military budget to make sure you land over there. And if they do drop you off, it might start nuclear war because they don't know what the hell they dropping. See, that's what's wrong with some Americans. They think that because they know how to play Call of Duty, they ready for real war. Ain't no way in here, and including myself. I'm staying my big ass right here. You need to stay here too, because at first I thought it was a plunger in his hand with your dumb ass.
To them, this is accountability. This is discipline. This is what people need to hear. But then you've got another group looking at this like, okay, but you don't know what that person is dealing with. You don't know their full story. And to them, this doesn't sound like help. It sounds like talking down on somebody. And if we're being honest, both sides have a point. Now let's talk about that moment where everything took a turn, because this is what really made the video stand out. Out of nowhere, he shifts from job advice to politics. And I'm like, wait, how did we get here? He starts talking about the Constitution, about defending it, and then drops that line about a third term. And just like that, the whole tone changes. Because now it's not just about one guy struggling anymore. Now it's about beliefs. It's about ideology. It's about who you support and what you stand for. So this wasn't just a random response, it was layered. Very layered. And honestly, that's why this video is getting attention. Because it's not just one conversation, it's multiple conversations happening at the same time. Work ethic versus excuses. Tough love versus empathy. Advice versus disrespect. And then politics thrown right in the mix. So no matter who you are, something in this video is going to trigger a reaction. But let's zoom out for a second and really look at the bigger picture in Hones. The internet has changed. People are less patient, less understanding, less willing to hear long explanations. Now it's more like, what are you doing to fix it? And while that mindset can push people to do better, it can also ignore the reality that not everybody starts from the same place. Not everybody has the same opportunities. Not everybody has the same support system. Not everybody even has the same mental space to just get up and go. So when you give advice in this kind of tone, it can either motivate someone or completely shut them down. And I think that's the real question here. Is this actually helpful? Or is it just entertaining? Because let's be honest, it was entertaining. The sarcasm, the delivery, the little jabs, it keeps people watching. But does it actually help the person he's talking to? That's a whole different conversation. At the end of the day, this video really comes down to perspective. Some people will call this real talk. Others will call it unnecessary. Some will say it's accountability. Others will say it's disrespect. And the truth is, it's probably a little bit of both. But I want to hear from you. Do you think this kind of tough love actually helps people? Or is it just a nicer way of roasting someone? Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.